Yahoo, Prof here, and we've got half hour till I gotta start winding down for the night. Oh, we got one of these big bad boys in. Didn't get any more done over the weekend, sadly, when it comes to music unboxings for you guys. Oh shit, I did realize I actually need to order one though. I'm gonna do that ASAP because I think it was Bloodthirsty Butchers, because one of mine actually is getting near consolidation and I need to move it. Yeah, Believe Music Store is selling a CD, a new one. Fall 3,800 yen, 3080 yen. I gotta see when that comes out. Holy shit, my Chrome window is busted. Oh, it's a Foul X Bloodthirsty Butcher CD. Gotta check it out. Awesome. I was wondering, I should have just showed you. Here we go. New. And with Believe, they're not going to be able to ship internationally generally, so I gotta ship it to Tenso and get that sent over here. It's what, $30? Downside is I had everything set up, but I may have brought this up in one of the videos. Somebody stole my credit card and used it in the UK for buying tea and then gambling online. Fuck you, whoever that was. They made a small 15-cent purchase. Then they made a like $15 purchase, and then just did $99 till it ran out of credit. It's great. And I checked my bills. There was nothing abnormal charged on there. All from trusted places. So it had to have been a leak for, like, I only looked back, I don't know, for upwards of 6 months, I want to say. But still. Look back a decent amount. And it was all expected things, places I've purchased things before. So it had to have come from a leak on a site from much earlier. Like, I try not to, and I recommend you guys do the same. Try not to store your credit card on sites. Use your PayPal, your Amazon Pay, your Google Pay. Even Stripe is better than using, like, typing in directly to a website, because that way like, the Stripe has your money, not the website. So, like, Stripe would have to get hacked, which, hey, everybody gets hacked nowadays. It's going to happen at some point, but at least they should be more secure, you'd hope. This, by the way, was shipped by came in through CD Japan, which, unless HMV is having a banger of a deal or it's an exclusive item, HMV will let you, if you watch, they'll have like 30% back coupons, 10% off if you buy new releases, or 20%. Sometimes I've gotten, like, I don't want to say as much back on my what I've spent, but like, it is fully offset shipping from Japan easily on orders. And or paid, like when I do the new order and then I do a all used order, I've paid for entire used orders with the points I get from HMV. You do have to time it well, though. Usually once a month they'll have stuff like that, like bigger sales. Now, they will not always have the thing where it's like, oh, you can get like points back, money off. Like some will knock, there's like a multi-buy deal. You always want to wait for one of those because that means if you buy just multiple new releases, you get upwards of 30% off. Then some of them will do like, and that's off that order, right? Some of them are percent back, and you can combine those because percent off an order and percent back are different tiers. Then you can use points you've already gotten. Japan loves their point systems, I will admit, with how good of a deal I've got on HMV. You know, it's been worth it. Like otherwise, though, if you're buying like stuff flat out, like as in if you're just looking new release, like you want to make sure, like say you got a Blankey Jet City albums here, right? This is 3 and 4. Say you've got these, and some of these, because they're the limited edition stuff, may or may not even be available on CD Japan. This was in this case, but these more than likely will not qualify for a lot of those deals on HMV. It's going to be more the like TK will, Lintoshite Shikuri, AKG, like all that sort of stuff. But this like not super limited, but you know, like these are like the 2024 re-release dual LP 180 grams. A lot of these will not qualify, but more of your like normal releases from you know, mainstream current bands, those definitely will. So this is third album, CB Jim. All analog recordings, so it's analog to analog. Remastered for these vinyl re-releases. Then we also have the fourth album, Metal Moon, with the Obi on there. Gonna get these sleeved up all nice. Amazingly big album art. I've been picking up all their stuff in this remastered vinyl. Trying to remember, a lot of times though when Japan remasters it for these vinyl re-releases, if it wasn't previously available streaming, it is now. And it'll be this release because basically because this is a remaster, they can get different or new licensing on it, or it might be even a different label. You know, it depends on who's doing it and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so there's a 1993 copyright or P. What's P? That wouldn't be patent, but it's a 2024 copyright. So more than likely, at a minimum, you'll probably start seeing these on streaming. You may even start seeing these on lossless streaming, if not even high-res streaming, and you might be able to buy them as high-res separately. So that's usually the route I go. I collect these giant, beautiful artwork, and you can see with these re-releases, they're keeping it consistent when they stagger the releases, right? But all the obies are the same because they know a lot of people are going to go through and pick these up, like the whole collection up eventually. You know, or that's their plan. That's their ideal. I remember with some of the Steelbook DVDs, the Ghibli ones I got, there are ones that are not done by G Kids, but they did work with them. The packaging's the same. Like, yeah, the little artwork might be different, but they've worked with them to at least keep that consistent. That happens a lot in the U.S. where it's like, oh, well, this time we did a limited release on that, and then like years later when they do it again, they change it again. So like it'd be like having like, imagine like a book collection where like it was like 2 or 3 are the same, and like the next one is different than 4 are the same, and they're not cut in a reasonable way. You're like, no, that's not cool. I do like on the obies that like the title of the album is actually stylized. Often these will get like more generic where they almost use the font, like a generic font from the label or something like that, kind of like with the Universal down here and this sort of stuff. Like that's super generic, right? Sometimes the whole obi kind of gets this vibe. Whereas they've got this really nice, you know, stylized the Blankey Jet City, you know, fourth album, third album with the stylized album names. So that is these two here. Let's pop this out wider. We of course have more. Why wouldn't we have more? On previous videos you guys have seen, we saw, which ones? Their fifth album and their sixth album. They were kind of going in reverse because I was stacking these up as they came in. So here's a DHL. Is this one direct? This one might very well be direct. Nope, Tenso. Let me get this packing slip off of here. How did I not cut that? I literally made a line on the plastic, but didn't cut it. How in Alright. Let's take a sneaky peek. What's in this one? DHL Tenso forwarded. Okay, we got some cardboard inside here. Like I said, I was surprised to see just a straight like package like that direct from Tenso. Usually they're very good about repackaging stuff. Ooh, this one's definitely seen better days. Oh, Throat Records. Yeah, they wouldn't have. They definitely wouldn't have packaged this. I think they'd be coming all the way to the U.S. Yep. So this was shipped within Japan first. Those of you may have seen that I got the original one of this. This is the Pilgrim album. This is the official... I'm going to say official, because I have the other one that was only available at their store and live venues. Managed to get that off of a US eBay. Apparently somebody had bought it and then decided once they got back that they're like, yeah, I picked this up in person. I mean, maybe they ripped it and kept it. That's what a lot of people in the comments thought. Like, oh, Throat Records, buy, sell, trade, LOSTAGE, Throat Records. They got a handwritten, that's literally a handwritten note. With ballpoint. I think, or felt tip? Yeah, there's not impression, so it's probably felt tip. I guess that makes sense. I think, if I recall, I think felt tip marker pens are fairly popular for kanji. Do I have Google Translate on my iPhone? I really should if I don't. App Store. Continue. We can't use the phone that we're currently on because you guys are being recorded on. Search, translate. Translate, Google Translate. Yeah, get it. Touch ID. It says processing payment. It's a free app. I'm just interested in what it says, so. But this is, I believe, a flyer for Throat Records. Buy, sell, trade. Like, this is the where you would have had to have gotten, or at their live venue, their CD. In the end, I think when I bought their original one off of the jewel case got broken by the cats around here, annoyingly. And it's not one I can replace. Because even though it's a clear one, it's one that like they used as like a sticker to customize and stuff like that. That's where I'm saying like this is like the official one. Like this is like a proper professionally pressed one. versus their other one they packaged themselves. And they said they weren't going to make this album available until they were done touring it, which, hey, you know, like, respect. Oh, no, we want Japanese. Japanese. Download. To English. It just says, thank you for Records Online Order shop. We look forward to hearing from you in the future. Thank you so much for your support. Throat Records, LOSTAGE, and it says, I think, Gomi-san. That last one, it's definitely having trouble with, which I think is the name. So I gotta keep that one. I'll add that to the ones I've gotten some from Tsushima Mirai before. Those girls over there. 825 LOSTAGE presents 2025 3/9 PIA. Oh, this has got to be a flyer for their, yep, Cinema Staff 2024 11/27. That one would have been awesome. Them with Cinema Staff. People in the Box is another one. I don't listen to People in the Box. They are in the same genre, so I'm sure it would be a great venue. And he's like, well, if you like Cinema Staff, why, and you say they're like in the same genre, why don't you? I don't know. I have a vibe with certain bands. I'm sure you guys know, like, some people have come up to you and been like, hey, you like this band. That band is very similar to them. You should listen to them. And, like, sometimes you do and you enjoy it, and other times you're like, it just doesn't have the right vibe for me. And that I do listen to a lot of bands in this genre, but certain ones I don't know if I don't listen to them enough, I don't get the right, or I don't get the right vibe out of them, or what. Oh, I forgot I even ordered that one. This has got 2 vinyl in it. Okay, so this very much looks like, because it has the same sticker as the original. This looks very, I mean, like, not very similar. This looks exactly like a big version of what the CD did. And this is actually like a sticker on here. So I wonder if, you know, they purposely did that to get that same vibe. I probably have it. Like I said, the case is broken. Thank you, cats. So here, like, they put together the thing that's out. Like, this is a sticker. There's like a thing that holds like an ID card in here, and that's got like it's all on photo paper. And then this is done on like almost like a parchment. And as you can see, this is also stuck on here with this sticker. See right there? And this is thanks to the cats. They did that. I don't think that this might have been in the greatest condition when it showed up. But the fact that it showed up at all, and I still saved this sale somewhere. I gotta look at my screenshots. But this guy literally, like, he's like, yep, bought it when I was in Japan. So in order to buy this when he was in Japan, he would have either had to go to a concert of theirs or to Throat Records. Why you would do that trip and sell it, like somebody said, maybe he bought it just to rip it. Hey, I guess their loss is my gain. But yeah, this is definitely a sticker here. I'm sure it's to emulate the original release of Pilgrim. So this is the vinyl release on here. Throat Records, made in Japan. Throat 20. And this is the, like I said, this is like the the official pressing, let's say, or the professional pressing of Pilgrim. Post, like, they're done touring now. And then this one, I believe, is the version that is available on streaming. And yes, the songs are slightly different variants, or a different, there's either less or more tracks or something, and that's number 15. I believe the other version of Pilgrim was 14. You might want to call that one like the EP, and this one like the album. Actually, I don't even know how I will delineate that, but I will have to find a way, because this is Pilgrim. The other one is also Pilgrim, but that is like the touring version, whereas this would be the studio version. I'm not sure. Let me know how you guys would do that here. But yeah, this is the later, like I said, the later release, like the more professional one that's sold in any record store now. Like if you went into a record store in Japan or went on streaming, if they do streaming, they did Bandcamp over COVID at one point. Bought their stuff up as much as I could there, and that was only like he's like, I believe the band was like, hey, we're only doing this because we have to close the record store. So I snapped it up when I could, because you couldn't own it any other way, basically. And like you can't now. It's like one of those where it's like Bandcamp still lets you download it because you technically own it, but you can't, like, I can't even like link it to friends or anything like that. This is the other vinyl that was available on their website, and I'm like, hey, if I'm buying from Japan and I'm having it forwarded here, going through Tencel, going through the whole thing, might as well. And this is their In Dreams on vinyl. Great album, great, nice, big artwork there. I just was like, hey, this is one of the few things that's available on their online shop that I'm missing. If I'm picking up these two, because this is basically what I went to go pick up with these two here. Basically, this was supposed to be ordered much sooner. I waited so long to do it that it was, I don't know if it was out of stock or it came back in stock, but that this came out. So then I was like, I might as well get them both, and then saw this on there too, and snatched it up since, why not? I really enjoy LOSTAGE's stuff. They're live. They had a live stream during COVID. Was an amazing one. And I know they purposely don't do that stuff that often, because they want their live stuff to be its own experience. Like, very much its own experience. Which, hey, much respect there. It does kind of suck for me, though, because nigh on impossible for me to get over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I picked up, what was it, 7 live at Juzo, Harvest, In Dreams. And if I recall, all of those are... yeah, sorry, In Dreams of LOSTAGE is no longer available. Please contact them for me. It was in 2020. I don't know if they had more than that up, but I grabbed those at least, and I think they were even high res. Yep, digital album streaming plus download. More info. Can't even get more info on it. But yeah, so hey, I supported them when I could, from where I can. That's why you'll see me too, like from sadly by now, the Pillows have disbanded, and that would be another band where their stuff is very much only available like via CD through their record for the most part, at least over here. Even they're harder to find, maybe definitely more wider, because they were initially restricting the Pilgrim album to their record store and their live shows, and then maybe one other one, but even more restricted. But yeah, the Pillows have disbanded, which is a bummer, because I've been listening to them for, I don't know, 20-25 years. Seen them in person 2 or 3 times in the US. So one day, hopefully, I'll see LOSTAGE in person. Like I said, much respect for them running their own record store, doing their own, everything. This is how, like, when you're like, People are like, oh, you listen to Japanese music? That's pretty hard to get. It's like, nope. Yeah, I listen to indie Japanese music a lot of the time. So it makes it even harder. It's like, you know, not easy to get there in the first place. But like I said, I've listened to the live stream multiple times. I picked their stuff up when it was available on Bandcamp. There might have been more at the time, but that's what I could do. And I think it might have been specifically because of the high-res versions of it, or ones I didn't already have. But yeah, so I am pumped to have, you know, like the official. I got to figure out how I want, because this is probably just going to get ripped as Pilgrim. It's going to be the other one. Or is that the original one and this the, like, do we want to call this like the label version or the you know what I mean? Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, maybe I can shoot them a thing. It's like, what do you call your two different versions of this? If that makes sense. So really pumped to have these in the collection. Like I said, I was lucky to even get the original CD. I don't know why you would travel to Japan and buy a rare CD, at least at the time, like a rare version of a CD, because this one wasn't out yet, and sell it when you got back. That to me is just baffling. But that's me from a collector perspective. You know, other people would be like, "Why are you holding on to these plastic discs? Are you a madman? Are you a madman? Are you madman?" So, we got one more here from Lawson. That's going to be HMV. Might as well crack it open, because rather than waiting and doing another video, I know I said a half hour. We're at 27 minutes. Might have to go a little bit over here. This is supposedly Blu-ray Disc 4. What that means, I don't know. 10/16, October. I can almost guarantee it's from before October, though, because remember, I should say remember, if you watched a video leading up to this, I was opening up all the stuff that came out in October. So you gotta remember, when I get these, unless they're coming over for a singular item, you're gonna be at least a month plus shipping behind. Now, what is insane, if you were here for one of my other videos, is it was like 2 days, maybe, that it took to get stuff here via DHL when I did the last, or when I got that last box from CD Japan. And I actually had the Back Horn album here on the release date in the US, which is only a 12-hour difference, or 13, 14. What is that? It's 1700 right there. Two here, 3-hour difference, or 3-hour difference. That's not how that works. So it'd be 5, carry the 1. Yeah, 15 hours right now. It's as low as 12, I think, sometimes. It's weird. But yeah, so I had it by our release time, on time, which is crazy, if you ask me. Paisley's showing up, so that's how we know it's also a good time to finish up here. What did I forget to cut? Okay, we got 4 Blu-rays supposedly in here. That's what the packing slip said. I think it's just 1 Blu-ray. Might be wrong. Experienced Memories Recordings. More boom salads? Oh, I don't see this as 4 Blu-rays though. Maybe it's a single. Somebody at HMV doesn't know how to fill out the customs. So they put Blu-ray disc 4. This is a one release. This is a Blu-ray. There's 4 discs in it, but it's not a quantity of 4. Oh, kitten's on my shoulder. For those wondering, Paisley Marie, you know what are you doing? Yeah. You want to sit in my lap? Okay. Yep. Can I finish up this video? And we can watch some anime? Yeah, she's helping, guys. Oh, it looks like we got a little thing here. That's that nice bubble wrap. A little bit stiff. I like that. Alright, so Experienced is Boom Satellite's first live album. Except this is not just the first one. If we double zoom in, pew, 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 pew. This is Japan Tour 2006, 2008. I think I own 2006. I'd have to go look. 2008. There's a kitten there. As well as Experienced 1 and 2. This was not a cheap one. Let me go see which. I may or may not be able to see which one I have. Fuji Rock 05 and Japan Tour 08. A Blu-ray? No, it's a DVD. DVD. Those are used, by the way, because I was not listening to them yet, or at least importing their stuff from Japan by that time. So I have 2008. I do not have 2006. I don't know that I've ever. There's a kitten in the way. Come here, kitten. Paisley Marie, come here. Yeah, come sit by me. Yep. Good job. You guys see this? Yeah, I got the kitten. How was the kitten? Yeah. You good? So this is, they call it Experienced Memories, Records, Archives. So I think that is 3 descriptions of what this is. Memories, Records, Archives, Remastered. Like I said, I do not have the 06 one. I have an 05 tour. I do have the 08 on DVD. It's very slim. Do you remember what they used to call them, like digipacks? Something like, it's very similar to that. I have Experienced 1 and 2 as well. I'll listen to those live as they came out. But the Experienced 1 is crazy, I think. Like, crazy, mind-blowing good. This has, so it's 3 different Blu-rays, and then in here you can see there's an art book. So, Masayuki Nakano, and then Michiyuki Kawashima, he would be the one that has passed their singer. Nakano is the one that is still carrying on with the Spellbound. Yeah, so it is. It's Boom Satellite's Experienced Memories, Records, Archives, Remastered. Let's see here. MPEG 4 ABC, color 60mm, 1920 by 1080. Yep, I'm not surprised. Disc 1 to 3 are in here. Why the US doesn't have this on their stuff, I don't know. Super useful though. 1080p, but they're actually 60i, so I'm gonna have to deinterlace those. Luckily, since it's a Blu-ray, I may not have to have a battle for it. We'll see. I don't really want to reinstall AVI Synth just to do some deinterlacing. You know, and all of its plugins and everything. All of that works like shit under Windows 11. It's gonna be a battle if I do have to do it that way. But that is the best way. Like if you want to double rate deinterlacing, which is you turn 60i into 60p instead of 60i into 30p, which is how it's normally done. You're gonna need a much better deinterlacer. And then the fourth one is 24p, so 23.976. We got, whoa. So first track PCM stereo, 24-bit 48 kilohertz. That's pretty normal for Japan on Blu-rays. Like that's kind of their minimum. Even on DVDs, they would do at least 16-bit 48. You technically could do 16 or 24-bit 48, and I have some that are. Because back then if I recall, I think SPDIF can technically do 2496. I don't know that I've ever seen a DVD that has that. But I've definitely had 24-bit stereo on DVDs. And then the other option on here is DTS HD 5.1 channel. So we get surround. Oh my, this is going to be a huge thing. Boom Satellites have done that before with one of their more recent live albums. So the fact that this is remixed into surround, ripping those two is going to be, I have a little fun when doing ones like that. You know what I mean? Because getting that from DTS HD to, say, it FLAC, like multi-channel FLAC, is a bit of a... You got some hoops you got to jump through if you want to do it properly. There aren't too many lossless DTS HD decoders. Some of that's been a bit more broken now. If I recall, some like source code was leaked or something, so it might be a bit easier now. But it used to be a very peculiar way to get things through. And Japan really likes their DTS, which technically speaking, in most cases, you get more bandwidth, bitrate bandwidth, similar term, I guess. With DTS over Dolby. At least that'd be Dolby True HD, not Atmos. True HD, I think, would be a start of Dolby being like better. Maybe not better than DTS, but like it back in Dolby Digital, it was very clear DTS is better than Dolby. Even the half rate DTS was better than Dolby. More unique channel configs available and stuff too. But yeah, I am pumped here. This is, I wonder if they're all that way, like as in, because it says 1 and 2, whereas this says discs 1 to 3 are 60i, which makes sense. That's what they would have literally recorded in on the cameras. I mean, if we're going back to 2006 and 2008, I wonder if these would even be done digitally yet. So that could also be a thing. They might have just been done, even up there, done analog, or at least DV, like did DV tape. Like that's a weird, yeah, where it's digital but it's on a tape still. Was the weird error, very weird error. That was done for a very long time. I mean, Betamax was even used in production until fairly recently. So yeah, there were. It's not the Betamax that you're thinking of, though. It's like the professional one. So very interesting here. And it says PCM stereo 48 24-bit. Let's get the translation out again. Translation app. Come on, you. Okay. Footage. Oh, they're saying bonus footage is linear PCM of 48K. Is just the only in stereo. So that is going to be an amazing thing to watch, and I really do appreciate them putting it in like a vinyl. This is basically a vinyl shape, so I can get on the same shelf I would put the vinyl. TK and has done some of his stuff that way. It's the ones that are like kind of in between that are a pain in the butt to deal with. Like it's almost like I would rather have you hit at least like an EP, or a single, like a 45, like that size, or go the vinyl or standard CD or DVD or Blu-ray size, because any other size gets like, okay, well it's bigger than a 45 because it's a 7-inch vinyl or it's a 10-inch vinyl. Now, I have some of those, and those just go on the 12-inch vinyl thing. It's just easier if things are at least in a box that's the same normal size. But I totally forgot this one was coming in. And yes, you're like, why'd this come in through Lawson Entertainment, which is HMV? Because Lawson bought out HMV. HMV. By the way, there is a HMV in the US where the branding is the same. They are not the same, though. Like they're the same-ish, but it's kind of like Yahoo Japan and Yahoo. And Amazon.co.jp is different than Amazon US. They're different, but the same. The one in the US is far less useful. You have shit in your ear, kitten. I pushed it in further. I'm sorry. You gotta let me look in there. Yeah, look at the pretty kitten, guys. Yeah, that's Paisley Marie. Yeah. You want to sit and watch anime? Yeah. Or watch that one Salaryman anime? Yeah. Salaryman Isekai? Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, I'm super pumped about this. Let me know with any of these if you guys are interested in videos of actually like opening up, going through them. You know, I own them. I can do that. But yeah, it was a bit odd on the statement for import, like on the international shipping statement, that they list this as quantity 4. When I mean, it is for Blu-rays, but it isn't for quantity, like item quantity of 4, if that makes sense. I think they just go off type of thing and value. So it's not like I paid more to get it out or anything like that. And the U.S. doesn't have import duties generally, unless you go over like a certain amount. Trump started that in his first term, if I recall correctly. Generally speaking, though, since they're not tariffed as well, you know, Japan isn't tariffed. Surprise! Right now, it's surprised if they wouldn't be next. Yeah. But yeah, let me know which ones of these you guys are most interested in and why, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. This does tap me out, though, of all of what's currently came in. Don't you worry, though. The Tokyo Ska vinyl order did go through. The one that was for order on HMV apparently was ordered or came from one of the the physical HMV record shops. It just wasn't on their online shop. But it did come in, and I was worried about that because those are like this one. This you had to pre-order, if I recall correctly, and it had to go through HMV. Which I'm surprised that, as you saw the other Boom Satellites one that was recently, that came directly through Nakano Music Store, like his shop directly. Now my only guess is because this has already released. Like I said, I have those two, and I just checked. I have the 2008 one. I do not have a 2006 one. I guess I'm gonna have to track it down if I wanted to do a comparison or something. And I'm guessing it's something to do with these licenses, more than likely. Yeah. So this one's gonna be an interesting one to rip. Kind of like when I did what was it, Act 5? Even Act 6 was, whew, at least those are all formatted the same because they're recent from 9mm. This is going to be interesting because the change in the audio as well as the video difference. And for those wondering, normally when I turn this into something I can easily play instead of having to get this big old thing out, I go with if I want something that is like an MP4, like you can throw on your phone, that sort of stuff, I'll do that down to the 30p if I'm denoising. But if I'm going for like maximum quality with an MKV where I can play around and I can actually get that multi-channel FLAC in there or whatever I end up using, it's probably gonna be multi-channel FLAC as long as it ends up being a channel arrangement that it can handle. A 5.1 should be no problem. That'll be in an MKV. So part of this collecting too is like putting it into a format that I can easily. You had a tuft kitten and you're not letting me get it out. You just chomped me. It's still not out. Jesus, kitten. She's got a tuft. She had some sort of like booger or poop in her ear. Now she's attacking me. Oh, here it is. This, what I just got off, that is what was in her ear. It ended up on my watch band. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah? Yeah? Now your back's twitching. Yeah? What are you doing? Yeah? You say goodbye to the guys and the girls out there? Alright. Guess I gotta spend some quality kitten time. See you in the next one. Peace.